Hi guys, welcome to the ML system design series. And today we will pick one problem and we will design the whole system and see this is an easy problem that I have taken. And slowly we take on more challenging problems, and throughout the problems you will get to see how should you approach this problem and what are the and basically how to engage with the interviewer and how to make the best impression. Sometimes happens that even though you know oh, oh, the solution, but you are not able to present your case better. So without wasting any time, let's get back to the business. So today, uh, the problem is we have to design an ML model, uh, design ML model to classify room data, is bedroom, living room, etc. So this is the problem, and this basically states that you have to design a model, but basically the intent is behind this question is you have to design the whole system. And so before we start, and whenever you gets question, the most important thing in the whole interview is that you ask question, you ask clarifying question. There are a lot of things which are hidden over there, and so let's start with that. So this is how you will also learn how to what kind of questions that we should ask. So let's see. And okay, okay, the clarification. The first question is what is the business goal? Okay, what is the business goal for this problem? And before I share the business goal, so uh, this I am simulating the interview versus interviewee, so that you also get to learn that what kind of questions you should ask and what kind of answers that you will get. So the question was to just design ML model to classify data. You should ask more questions. You should try to understand what exactly this problem. So to give you a little bit more context, to think about this, this is for the platform like Airbnb, where the host uploads their rooms images and their descriptions, and the backend system has to integrate those uh, uh, listings into their platform so that the user can the the host's room, etc. So the first question is that what is the business goal? The business goal, uh, so our business goal is that we want to improve users' experience, improve user experience, and maximize, is, you know, CTR, let's say CTR revenue, whatever. So this is what I'm stating based on my experience that what could be the business goals for this. So you should ask if you have the brief idea, you can also share that what do you think the business goal, but let the interviewer answer that question. So improve user experience and maximize CTR revenue. So the idea is that when the user's experience become better, they will click more and more listing and eventually they book the rooms. So okay. So now we know the business goal. Okay, the uh, next question that we can ask is that what should be the expected error rate? What should be the expected error rate of the system? Sorry, rate of the system. So interviewer might tell you that let's say 10% error, they can live with that, and 10% error, but it's also important, whenever we have an error, we should be able to identify it. We can dig deep on this, that how, but let's avoid for now, and we will come back to this actually. What should be the expected error rate? So we know that we we need to have less than 10% error. Third question that you might ask is that how the users use this model, how this model will be used. So this will be used as REST API and integrated within platform So user can submit their images and the data, and the backend system can evaluate. So improve user experience, and there can also be another goal for this, maybe reduce the time it takes to listing, but that is fine. So let's move to the next question. How this model will be used? We have asked this question. Now this system is real time. I assume so. Interview can correct it. This is the real time system. Okay, and now let's say the real time system, and latency we expect is less than 200 millisecond. So, and what else? What else? That so, what should be the success metric? What should be the success metric? Uh, when will you say that the job is well done? Success metric is, we can see the CTR, CTR, and the time taken to get listed on the platform. Average time taken. I think this should be on the platform. So I have spent around 5 minutes here. So based on your question, you can spend and then you can quickly move, because this is an easy question. We don't have much things to ask, but you can still, if you think you have to ask many questions or something like that, you can ask that. You can also ask, yeah, important questions that I missed, that what kind of data is available. Okay, is the label data available? Is the label data available? So when you build a model, you need the label data, right? And what data? So we have the image. Yes, we have. Yes, image, text description, and room type. Okay. Uh, we have this. So now let's move. Now I think we have enough information to get started. So let's think about high level design. High level design part. Uh, what we can do is, okay, for the high level design, let's first, what is the ML problem that we have? That we frame. Business goal was to improve user experience and maximize CTR. So ML problem, to translate that, predict the room type. So predict the room type. So next, what input output? What kind of input output that you will have? Input output is, you have image, you have text description, and output is room type. Now the ML type here it is that, well, this is a multi-class classification problem. So multi-class classification. Okay, multi-class classification problem. So now let's move to one more step below it. Now let's think about the data prep part or the data prep. Uh, how will you think about how will you create features? So we have image features. How will you get the image features? We will use pre-trained uh, vision models. For example, we can use VID models like Dino, Dino which was released by, or CNN-based model, any CNN-based model as well. So basically, the idea is that models work with the numbers, and the image is unstructured data. So how will you get that data which the model can consume, right? So now then the text feature, text description feature and features. So for this, we can use any text encoding model, text embedding model, any models like sentence transformer, we can use it. Model. And now we have this one, okay, uh, we have the data, we know the labels, we have the labels as well. Uh, and so let's see the training data set. So how does it look? Training data look is image features, text features, and your room type class. Now, for the ML modeling choice, you can use directly deep learning based models here, deep learning model, or you need to train a supervised multi-classification model or XGBoost model we can also use because now this is converted. But the given that the features were extracted from the deep learning based model, so deep learning model is supposed to work better, but it depends. You have to try with it. So now we have so when we have model, then we need to choose the loss function. What is the loss function that we should use? Loss function that we can use here is the cross entropy, the loss function. So, so how am I remembering these things? That what type of uh, questions that I should, or what should be the flaw? So there is a mnemonic that I have created. So I will share that. So let's first go ahead with this. So loss function we have already defined, and now we have defined loss function. Now let's talk about the evaluation uh, matrices. Evaluation matrices, there has to be two different types of matrix, offline, uh, and the either you can ask these questions or share these questions in the clarification as well, or maybe here as well. I think the clarification would be better because it just shows that you are trying to gather things like online matrix. So, offline matrix, we have the accuracy, and then we can have uh, precision recall and F1 class wise. So here we will get to know that in which class we are doing better or not. So it just tells you that. Accuracy gives you a overall number, and then class wise will be better. For online metrics, what we can use is CTR. We can use right session length. We can use right. Uh, we can have guardrail metrics as well. For example, guardrail metrics are chosen when you don't want any unintended effect. So you should also share or ask any guardrail metric. So let's say you need to ask this question here. Any guardrail uh, choosing accuracy, eh, accuracy and accuracy, accuracy, precision, recall, and weapon uh, class wise. Your online metrics, I'm thinking CDR, etc. That's also uh, online metrics. Then for any guardrail metric. So if you share that, then you are making an assumption that you are thinking beyond your system as well. For metric, if the user wants to look at it, he will share or she will share. Otherwise, it's fine. Now we have uh, we have spent around 15 minutes, and these are the evaluation metrics that we have reached at. And now I think we have enough information. Now let's jump to designing the solution. So here, let's say, okay, so here it is. So user upload image plus text description. Image plus text description. Now this is our application server. App server. We have exposed this is an app. So then when here it comes, now we need to transform, we need to get the embedding. So we need to move those embedding models, both text embedding model and so, so yeah, text embedding embedding model and here image embedding model. Now whenever the list comes, you will get the embedding and then you pass it to the your model, and let's say this is the here it is our null model, and model is here. So null model takes both of these inputs. It's taken. Now we have taken the ML model, and now you just need to output. If this will output that. This will output back if it's successful, need to re-upload or that. So here in the app, we will have the uh, entire logic, what we need to do whenever something fails or not, and we will log all that information, and it will output. about uh, uh, this. This is a very simple system, and now we can also share that what if so there how will you train the model? So you can set a weekly or daily job for training the model, and which will so here let's say we have the model registry, we have model registry of plan training, model training, and uh, we have a job. So we have a ML training job, training job, which we can schedule, and which will load the data from the warehouse or feature store. Load features. After it's done, it's push that ML to model history, and the model history here it can be synced. Uh, it can be done. The same server will have this logic in place. And so yeah, this is the system that I was talking about, and I think within the 20 minutes we have done it because it was a small system. And yeah, so that's it. Uh, so you can ask questions in the comments again, and we can expand more and more and make it more complex. But this is the first version that you can share in the interview. Thank you.